Ashley, you might need a permit the next time you want to feed the homeless. What do you got?
Well, Bill, on any given day around Newark Penn Station, you'll find a number of homeless people. The city estimates that 2,700 people are without permanent shelter. I got a firsthand glimpse with the Elite Motivational Team headed by Jamila Johnson. It's a grassroots effort in which members go out at different points of the day to feed the homeless. Now, like many of us, they believe that feeding the homeless is just something good that comes from the heart. But in Newark, feeding the homeless requires a permit with the city's Department of Health and Community Wellness. It dates back to an ordinance from 1966. The permit is $5.
I got it, you're welcome. I think it's unfair because why do we have to pay to feed people that don't even have food or place to stay?
Now, this group is in the process of getting that permit, but I spoke with Councilman Augusto Amador, who says it is in the best interest of homeless people because how do you know people who are actually coming to feed them have the best intentions?
Under the present circumstances, what stops an organization from bringing contaminated food to a location, public park, for example, and just provide it to the homeless? If anything happens after that, the city's liable for that, and we shouldn't allow that to take place.
He says a homeless person could sue the city and Newark would have to pay if they become sick from bad food provided by a stranger if it is in a public space. So he says he is redrafting new paperwork to make sure people follow the law because he says it upholds the dignity for how people treat the homeless. And he says too many groups receive federal grants and actually don't do what they're supposed to do, in his opinion, in terms of helping the homeless.
I know that's right. Man, you want an apple? That's a good source of fiber. There you go.
But those just trying to do a good deed question if all this is really necessary.
Well, I think that's a hindrance that the city should revisit and look at, because when you don't want to block any acts of kindness. You don't want to interfere with, in the situation we're in life, in society, we don't want to interfere with any acts of kindness.
Isn't the real question of maybe they should address why there's so many homeless?
This makes a lot of sense. I mean, you want to make sure that the homeless is eating good food. For example, if you were to give lobster, a homeless wouldn't eat it because you wouldn't have the permit. It's really important to get that permit. It makes no sense.
Well, he wouldn't have the crackers. You gotta have the, here's your lobster, no cracker for you.
I think that this kind of maybe deters people from going to homeless shelters and maybe disguises the problem. Like, we need more homeless shelters. We need more spaces where they can go to get their food.
Well, it's a great point. Oftentimes they don't want the sandwich because what they want is the dollar, so they can collect enough dollars to go buy drugs, booze, because they've got addiction problems. That's a huge problem.
That's not every homeless person.
Great thing is now that in 70 days or in less than about 2 months, Donald Trump will become president. Jobs will increase, and a lot of these homeless problems will go away.
And homelessness will disappear. I can't wait to see that happen, Bill.
All right.